everyone.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Steve.
I'm Mark.
And this is Smokey Steve and Mark.
Oh, yes, it is.
Welcome or welcome back.
Yes, hello.
Happy Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Best day of the week.
Best day of the week.
Best day of the week. I sort of.
I'm going with it.
Yeah, might as well roll with it.
Yeah. I got nothing else to say about it, though.
I got nothing. It's Tuesday.
It's
I've tried for
Tuesday.
3 months to dress this up.
You have, and it's worked. I look forward to Tuesdays now. I do.
Be positive.
Right. Right.
But above all else.
Above all else. But the fact remains, it is Tuesday.
But it was a beautiful Tuesday.
It was a beautiful Tuesday here. It was windy, but sunny. And I like that. I love windy days. I do.
Yeah, it feels like fall, actually, more than spring.
It does.
When
It feels like
a
it's
cool wind and stuff.
It does.
And the ground's starting to dry up a little after it thawed out. I hate wet, muddy, spring, dirty snow on the curbs. Like, that's what I don't think of blooming.
I know.
Blossoming.
I know. New rebirth.
Regrowth, all that shit.
But I don't. Everything's popping up in the garden.
The garden does look nice. The bulbs are out.
I was able to get all the winterizing out, and it's all in the center of the yard now, you know. But so a little bit here and there. It's too early to plant and to do a lot of work out there. But I can get the stuff that I can do now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, but nothing with, like, planting or anything yet. I planted seeds, of course, inside, but not, out there.
We have our old hanging gardens in Babylon still in the bathroom.
We do.
So we're not without
it's getting
plans.
more crowded. I know, and I have no updates. I know I'm supposed to I know you're supposed to hold me accountable, like I was supposed to take all those plants to work from, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And I still haven't done it. I have to transplant them. And I added more, too. I did.
Yeah.
I can't help it. Well, anyway, but you know what? Admittedly, our lives are a lot more busy now for some reason. The last few weeks, it seems like everything has been a lot more busy.
Well, it has been.
Work has been extremely busy for me, and you have actually been a little more busy at work, too.
I have been, too, yeah.
And then with my schooling, my training, that takes a whole day off. It just seems like everywhere it's just more busy. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there's always like a sense of, I got to get this done to get to the next thing, and then this done to get to the next thing. Then I got to get to bed early because I got this other thing in the morning.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just running on a treadmill right now.
I know.
It's nice to have goals at a time like that, because then it's like, well, I'm not just driving myself into the ground for nothing.
Yeah, good point. And to acknowledge your accomplishments. When you get something done, don't just throw it away. Be like, awesome, I got that done. Just acknowledge it.
Yeah.
It does something.
I make a little work checklist working from home because I don't have the feedback of, not that I go to my boss every time I did something for a pat on the head.
Yeah.
But at least it's like, okay, I did this much, I did this much, I did this much, I did this much. Okay, I can be satisfied with that.
Yeah.
I guess. And if it's not enough, I call my boss and I'm like, I'm not doing a good job. Blow smoke up my ass so I feel better.
Yeah, I mean, it can really get you, it can get in your head. It can. And I mean, today, since it's chit chat, right?
It is.
We'll talk a little bit about that later because it's also National Bipolar Awareness Day. It's actually
World?
Yeah, World Bipolar Awareness as well. So we'll talk about that in a second. But I do have one update for you.
Yes.
I thought it would be fun. We'll start off with something fun.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, we have a pinky promise on Mondays with Mark.
Mm-hmm.
We do, all of us. We have a pinky. It was supposed to be for 1 week, but it's kind of been extended.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like ongoing now. And all it is our little promise to each other was to make sure we do something nice for ourselves. Just one thing during the week.
Mm-hmm.
Do something nice for ourselves and acknowledge it, and and that's all.
Was your thing to buy yourself something?
And my first week I was like, I did something nice for myself, and it involved shopping,
Mm-hmm.
but I was able to give back as well. So there's an update to it, because what it was I purchased something from a company called Two Blind Brothers, and it's a great company. And they deal with they deal with something I'm very passionate about, and that's blindness. And 100% of their proceeds go towards that cause. They have like one place that they work with directly, but then a bunch of different ones too, all involving blindness, finding cures, finding treatments, things like that for different types of blindness. And the two brothers that run the company, they have the eye problems as well. And I'm passionate about it because most of you know my mother was blind. And I also have some issues with my eyes.
Couple two tree.
You know, and so anyway, they have a social media campaign right now that is called Would You Shop Blind? And they give you different price points, like from $20 to, I don't even know, 150, I don't know. And you pick a price. You don't pick a product, you pick a price.
And they choose.
And it's a mystery product. And then they ship it to you. So I did it, and I promised the update of opening it when it came in. So I got it today. This is their logo. Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear two blind brothers. Yeah, I'm assuming it's something to wear.
I'm guessing.
All right, so let's open it up. See what we got. The campaign is only going on for one more day. It ends on the 1st, on April 1st, so 2 more days. We'll put the link down below. I know some people were asking about it. I'm sorry. I'll put the link in the description if you want to check them out. They're a great company. Their little campaign is only going on until the 1st, but it's a shop. They have a lot of stuff. All right. Okay, Shop Blind campaign. Got a letter. There's the letter. I'm sure it's saying thank you. And what did I get?
Welcome to my family. My brother and I are pleased to invite you to the Two Blind Brothers family. You took a leap and made a purchase with virtually no information. You trusted us. Now we're honored to reveal the whole story. And then
it tells you their
there's
story.
The whole story.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see what we got here.
The best materials. Well, it's a very nice story. So what did you get?
I got a long-sleeved shirt.
And
you can't see it, but there's Braille on it.
Oh, there's Braille on the...
There's Braille down there.
On the back of it.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, that's nice.
I like long-sleeve tees.
I do, too.
Good
You
for
know
spring.
what? I don't have a white one. Very nice. I can wear this underneath. Ooh, I have that black puffy vest I can wear with it.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited.
It's very soft.
Very well made.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so that's what I got. Oh gosh, if any of you did this, you gotta let me know what you got too. I'm so curious.
Yeah. Oh, it stretches too.
It stretches.
That's
always
nice.
Cool.
Nice, you never know.
Yeah. And it's neat. They just give you different price points from like $20 all the way to 150. You can pick what you want. It's cool. And I got it in 1 week too. That's surprising.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was our update from the Two Blind Brothers.
Well, good.
Very nice.
Good. Because we're about the same size, so if you scored a shirt, I scored a shirt.
Very true.
Very, very, very true. So,
well, what shall we chit-chat about?
Well, it is World Bipolar Day.
It
Bipolar
is,
awareness. And
know?
boy, am I aware of bipolar.
Yes.
And so
this
can you.
Touches home here. This does touch home. Yeah. I mean, for real, you know.
It's interesting. I saw it come across my feed this morning, and I'm thinking, how many people do I know with bipolar disorder? Probably more than most, because a lot of my people that I connect with at work or friends, it's not taboo. So we talk about it, so I know it about them.
Right,
you know,
it's
different. Maybe if I worked in a different field, it wouldn't come up so easily. You know.
Well, what's nice about the national and the world bipolar awareness days, that their mission or their vision is to bring awareness about the disease, but also to eliminate stigma about it. And that's what I like about it. And I'll tell you, I was very surprised. The statistics. What is it? It's like almost 6 million Americans alone with bipolar disorder. I didn't realize it was that high. That's just the U.S.
Yeah, those numbers are even going to be updated after 2020. The numbers as of like 2014, it was like 2.8% of the United States. It's not a huge. It's a pretty big percentage.
Yeah,
I'd say so.
I would say so too.
You know, but it's not as like depression or anxiety. Those are the big numbers. Those are the ones that most people who deal with mental health deal with. Bipolar's a little more on the severe spectrum, carries a little more, stigma with it.
Yes.
It's become less taboo, maybe.
I see it going that way,
a little bit as the diagnosis gets thrown around more freely and more celebrities come out and say that they're bipolar as well. And language around it changes a little bit too. Just stigma language, like you don't say, oh, that person, you know, they're a bipolar. They're
Yeah.
an individual with bipolar disorder.
Exactly, yeah.
Sometimes I'll just say I was diagnosed with bipolar, because there's people that don't buy into diagnoses or
Right.
treatments or labels at all.
Yeah.
But saying I was diagnosed is not inaccurate.
Right.
And
right.
all the treatments I take prescribed for it seem to help.
Right.
So...
And that you know what? I'm going to pop a quote up here because I like the idea of course I love the idea of ending stigma. I you know how we always talk about you need to communicate, you need to expose things, and it kind of doesn't make it so big anymore, you know, and this is the same thing.
Yeah, it's not so pearl clutching.
You know, you have to hide it, you know. And one of the quotes that I like is, we do not suddenly lose our identity at the diagnosis of a mental health issue.
No.
You know what I mean? So often, I know for my own self, and even today I struggle with it, that like, you know, I'll use addiction for me, you know.
Yeah.
I am an addict, you know, and that is me. That is all of me. I'm an addict.
Everything I need to know about you is that you're an addict.
Is that I'm an addict, and those are the type of stigmas and stereotypes and all that we need to get rid of. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm an addict, but that's only a tiny part of me.
You're also an employee, a friend, a partner,
a lover.
Yes. Yes, all those other things too. You have all these other things that are much more
right,
that fill out the rest of your life.
Yeah, and it's the same with mental health. It's the same thing.
Well, when I'm sick, I deal with being sick, and obviously you help with me dealing being sick, which was part of the deal. You knew it.
It was part of the deal.
We met in rehab. You knew the deal.
I did.
Okay, because I was in that med line for hours. They would hand me like 9 medications as I'd be standing there. I'm on less now than I was in rehab, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no lithium, so I'm not 300 pounds.
Yeah, that's
because I was a shaggable 300 pounds when we first met.
Oh yeah, he was.
Very, very, very. But it becomes, I think, less stigma the more people just talk about it. And one of the things I personally like to do is just talk about it in a very matter-of-fact way.
Yeah.
No big deal. I have a sense of humor, which I think sometimes puts people, either relaxes them to talk about it, or it puts them off like, this is such a serious topic. It is a serious topic. People who die by suicide, it's a higher rate if you have bipolar. The incidence of co-occurring drug and alcohol addiction, of eating disorders. It usually doesn't jog alone. Bipolar can bring friends. And it doesn't announce itself either.
No, it doesn't.
There's a very good paragraph. I'll have to look it up for another thing. We'll do a whole chat about bipolar and not just a chit chat. Maria Hornbacher, my favorite author, wrote a book called Madness, A Bipolar Life. And that was one of the lines that just summed up one of her vignettes was, it doesn't announce itself. You can't prepare for it to come. Yeah. Sometimes it just shows up in the morning.
Fantastic book, by the way.
Very good book. It's
very good. And I love the way she wrote it too. Like just it's so personable, and it's so matter of fact, and it's so,
it's without self-pity. Right. It's without blame. It just explains what happens to that whole situation. And I ended up using like the back 20 pages of that book for like a template for my own recovery too. All the other things that go into it. Like I said before, I think pills have their place with mine, definitely. Quieting down the electrical activity in my brain is good, because we all benefit from that. Yeah. But also half my recovery is lifestyle changes. Sleeping is a big one for you. It's a very big one for him. I've been trouble over the last couple days sleeping because I'm readjusting to a medication. It's dialed down because now that winter's over, I don't need to be hopped up on antidepressants. Yeah. And like the season too. The season is changing. Plays right into that. And the time change. My mind can get very brittle. Very brittle. I mean, any of us can get thrown off our square. You don't have to be diagnosed with anything to have, a few rough days in a row that make you start to question your sanity. Yeah. But I don't know. Well, even I was never diagnosed with bipolar. I was never diagnosed with it, but I think everyone to some extreme can kind of understand it a little bit, because you have low days, you have high days. Some people have low and high days all within the same day. Yeah. And I know that recently I've been struggling with feeling overwhelmed, and that accompanies a type of mania that I'm not used to. I get overwhelmed in my head, and then my mind ruminates, goes back and forth, and I'm worried. Now
I'm behind on emails with speaking of the channel, you know,
Yeah.
I'm busy at work, I'm busy at home, but like this channel, I'm behind with messages and emails and things like that. And
Yeah.
I wanted to do some more pictures to put on Facebook, and I can let that just ruminate over and over and over and over and beat myself down, and all of a sudden I am a worthless piece of poop because I can't do all of these things, you know. And then on the flip side of that, usually in the same day, I get the efforts and become extremely depressed about not being able to get things done that I want to get done.
To complete this ridiculously long list you made when you were hacked up out of your mind on endorphins.
It's just, it's very, very...
It's challenging. You know, that with mental health concerns in general, I think it's all on a spectrum. You know, low mood, high mood. My moods just happen to go high and low enough that it's so disruptive that without treatment, it impairs my life. I can't do the things I want.
Right.
So I can't work. I can't have a relationship. Work's important to me. It's one of the more important things to me. To me, that's like, it's not the same for everybody. Everyone's goals are different. But considering the level of functioning I have with treatment, it's important to me to work.
Yeah.
Now, if I get sick and I can't work full time, I'm going to have to swallow some ego and just deal with that and deal with what life looks like then.
Yeah.
But to me, that means I'm doing okay. I can function. And that doesn't mean I'm healthy every day. Oh my God, what was it, 2 days ago? Oh, no, 2 days ago would have been Sunday. I think it was Friday. I was talking to my boss. I was like, look, it's a hard day today. I'm not picking up that phone.
Yeah.
I will do data entry for 7.5 hours. You know, I will work today, but I need to be doing it differently. And I got the approval, and that was okay.
Yeah, and part of your plan, like part of your, what do they call it, toolbox? I don't know. Part of the thing that you do, you know, you have set yourself up into a nice position with your job that you trust the people. They know what's going on, you know what's going on, and you're able to communicate that to them.
Yeah.
And they support you. And not everybody has that luxury. You
Well, that's
know?
the challenge. It's some people, it's much more of a challenge.
Yeah.
There's much more stigma in the workplace. There may be 1,000 reasons you wouldn't bring it up to somebody.
And a lot of that stigma comes from just plain ignorance. They don't understand it.
No, you send your paperwork to HR, and it comes back, and they're like, what do you need time off for?
Right.
Because I'm dying inside. You know?
Yes.
And well, do you need surgery? Like, how many weeks off before you're not dead inside anymore?
I'm not real sure.
6 to 8. You
Yeah,
know?
right.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how outpatient goes.
Yeah. What else about... Oh, yeah, it's also... this was just an interesting little fact about it. It's also Vincent Van Gogh's birthday.
Oh.
And he was, you know, posthumously... How do you say that word?
Posthumously? I trip over it.
It's posthumously diagnosed as having bipolar disorder as well. And that's why we see a lot of his artwork being associated with, like, the disease, you know, either foundations or whatever, you know. And I thought that was an interesting little fact about that. There's a whole article about it, tons of them actually, you know, but that was pretty interesting about that.
You'll find those posted sometimes in doctors' offices and stuff, you know, famous people who've had mental health issues and concerns, like Robin Williams with depression and some of the other ones. And then with bipolar disorder, there's a lot of artists and musicians, and there is maybe a correlation between artistic talent,
creativity,
but make no mistake, if you're at home making art and you're bipolar, don't try. Like, there's more than people with mental health issues that create art. There's many more artists who don't have them, and make wonderful art,
absolutely
sellable art, creative, moving art.
Yeah.
Same thing with writers. Same things with musicians. You know, you can get off the junk and still make good music.
Absolutely, and that crosses over into addiction as well.
Yeah, well, you can't. The co-occurrence is so high because I would abuse substances to try to get my moods to go away.
Yeah.
Or to exacerbate them.
Yeah.
So, it's a cluster. It's a cluster of things, but there is hope. People get better.
Yes.
Every day, all the time.
Yes.
I think sometimes people very candidly give us compliments on doing well with our recovery. And doing things. And we do, and we work at it.
We do, and we want to reiterate that it's worked. It's not like...
But we're not special people in that way. That's not to put us down to ourselves. It's just to say that people do the kind of stuff we do all the time. You probably pass us at Walmart. People like us who you don't know that 10 years ago they were like almost homeless. And you don't know 5 years ago they spent 3-4 times in the psych ward that year. Because they've gotten better. And it doesn't mean 100% recovered. It just means today I can only do data entry.
Very true.
And that's going to have to be enough because I can't do anything more than that. So there is hope out there to get well. There's resources available. You have some resources already listed, actually, too.
I do. Yeah, I'm going to give you one too. Well, first of all, I have one more quote here that I really liked, and it is, let's see, anyone with a mental illness has good days and bad days, copes well or struggles, but that doesn't mean they aren't responsible, reliable, and able to do a very good job. I think that's really, really important to remember, because when I'm in the depths of my thing, whether it's depression or whatever it is, I don't feel that way.
I can't do nothing right.
I know, it's so important.
Here I go, messing it up
again. And then you feel bad about saying that to yourself, too.
God, I have such low self-esteem. What a loser.
Exactly.
And
Isn't
then
it crazy?
Snowballs on itself.
It does.
I can speak your internal monologue at this point. Like, I know mine, like this, but I can actually read yours too. Yeah. You're so mean to yourself. If you ever talk to me that way, I'd leave.
I know.
I mean, I would.
Well, working on it.
Yeah. Well, I would at least put us both in therapy.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
And
I have
if you
decided
didn't want to go,
to
I would
the
then
therapy. I've decided to go back to a therapist because I had a therapist for so long at work, but I work there now, and I see her every day, and it's great. But I think I've made the decision, I think, to go to the therapist that I have outside of work. So because it can't hurt, and it helps.
And it's our old couples therapist, so they know the lay of the land for the relationship
history,
already.
everything.
They know you.
Yeah.
They know me.
Yep.
So you can refer to me, and it's not like, tell me about Steve. They know about Steve.
Yeah.
So
right.
It's a good idea.
It's really, really good.
I'll tag along.
You know what? We'll put a phone number up here if you are struggling or if you want some more information. I have a 1-800 number for you right above here, okay? And this is for the DBSA. That's the Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance.
Very good resource, actually. They have, I want to say they have online support groups since COVID, but there's chapters all over the place that you can look for. They're very different than 12-step type groups. It's a peer discussion group. They have lots of resources online for like mood charts, which I think are so helpful, especially if you're at the beginning of your bipolar recovery. Write it all down. Give yourself 3 months to do it. It takes 2 seconds in the morning. If it takes you any longer to do that than it does to have a cigarette, you're taking too long. Yeah. Real quick, jot it down. Bring it to the shrink. Tell them how you're doing. Because if I go in today and I say I'm fine, but for the last 3 weeks I felt like garbage. Yeah. That's important.
It's a fantastic resource.
That's an important bit of information
so much, and I never thought about it before.
You see your patterns. You think you know yourself. You know, and then you see your patterns like that. It's good. And it's helpful info going forward. And they have a bunch of that there. Mood trackers, anxiety trackers.
You were right. They do new for this year are these online support groups and forums too that are really cool. Yeah. I checked some of them out today when I was at work, so give them a call if you need to.
And just and also, of course, below with these resources, I'll also put the bigger, more important ones: National Suicide Hotline, National Text Crisis Hotline as well, because those can't be posted enough anywhere.
No, they can't.
So they'll be in the description too.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Well, good. I feel less stigmatized today.
I do too. And I think it opens the door for, if people are interested, we could, especially you, we could do a whole discussion, maybe Q&A, whatever, just on bipolar itself,
I could do Q&A on my own experience with it, and I have, only independent study as far as anything academic on bipolar disorder. Trainings I went to, research I did myself outside of that. I'm happy to answer any questions about it. Yeah. I do work in the field, but I'm not a therapist, not a doctor. I just lived it. And had the pleasure of working alongside folks trying to get themselves well, too. So, sure.
Very cool.
I'd be happy to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, could we call that a high note?
I think so.
I call dibs on your shirt. I get to wear it first.
Okay.
Because it's like that.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Yes. Happy World Bipolar Day. Happy Tuesday. Please do subscribe. Hit the notification bell and the thumbs up on your way out. You'll get all the alerts when we go live and when we have new videos coming out. You can follow us on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc, Instagram, SmokeySteveAndMarc, or on Twitter at SmokeySteveA. Our email, our contact info is all listed below as well. Thank you again, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow, Wednesday, Hump day.
Yes, it is. Oh, it was great chatting with you tonight. Have a great rest of the evening and rest of the week. Remember to stay safe, stay well, but above all else, stay positive, okay? See you next time.
Bye.
Ciao. Give me that shirt.